Hello and welcome to today's English lesson. So first of all, guys, can we all turn to wave and say a big hello to our friends on camera? Hello. Hello. And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, take 2 fingers, find our heart center, left hand on our laps, and close our eyes. And when you're ready, guys, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. And next we can do our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. We can begin by stretching up high to the sky. High as we can. And then let's go down low. Touch your toes. Back up high one more time. And this time, can we go tippy toe high? And while we're there, let's have a wave side to side. And then back down to touch your toes. Hands on hips. Let's have a wiggle side to side. Wiggle side to side. Stop. Another wiggle side to side. Stop. Forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards. And stop. And then we can go round and round. Let's go round and round. Round and round. And stop. And then back the other way. Give our spines a nice stretch before sitting back down. Round and round the other way. Excellent, guys. And then arms and legs, shake it out. Shake it out. And to finish, we can do 5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. So welcome to today's English class, where we're going to be continuing to learn about a particular tense. And who can remember what tense have we been doing a lot of work with recently, guys? Tense. Excellent. Very well remembered. We've been learning to do sentences, positive and negative, in the past continuous tense. But then, in the previous lesson, we learned how to ask things. Now, if we want to know something, what do we have to ask? Questions. Yes. If we want to know about something, we have to ask a question. And that's what we learned about in the previous lesson. So let's write that phrase on the board first. So past continuous, P-A-S-T, continuous, C-O-N-T-I-N-U-O-U-S. And questions, Q-U-E-S-T-I-O-N-S. So all together, guys, past continuous, questions. Now remember, when we're speaking in the past continuous tense, two very important words that we have to decide which one to use depending on the subject. Was or were. Excellent. We've got our two words, was and were. These two words will form the first part of our question. So we have was or were to form our question. So let's see. The first question that I want to ask, we will use was. Now, who can give me a subject pronoun that we will use with was? Was he. Okay. And then, because we're in the continuous form, we need to use the verb plus ing. So who can give me a good verb? Was he playing? Okay, so we've got play, P-L-A-Y, and the continuous form, ing. Okay, now what was he playing? Football. Okay, F-O-O-T, B-A-L-L. Now what comes at the end of our question when we write it? Question mark. So the question, was he playing football? And then what we learned to do was we learned to either provide the affirmative, positive response using yes, or the negative response using no. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have students come forward and demonstrate how to give the affirmative and negative response. So we'll have A for affirmative and N for negative. So let's see, the first student to come forward today and give me the affirmative response. Pak Bung, come and join me at the front of class, please. So let's all ask Pak Bung the question once again, guys. Was he playing football? So if we want to give the affirmative response, the first word, or yes, okay? For affirmative, yes. So you can write yes. And then all we need to do is we swap the subject pronoun with was or were. So we say yes, he was playing football. A-Y-I-N-G. O. Full stop. Excellent, Pak Bung. So now I will ask Pak Bung the question, was he playing football? Okay, and Pak Bung will say, yes, was playing football. Excellent. You can see the question and the affirmative response. Pak Bung, that was brilliant. High five. Big round of applause for Pak Bung, please, guys. But now I need somebody to come forward and give the negative response. So this time we won't be saying yes, we'll be saying no. And who can give us the negative response? Maybe Nadia. Nadia, come and join me at the front of class. So this time, Nadia, for the negative response, was he playing football? No, exactly. We have to say no. So N-O. He was. And then what word comes in the negative response, guys? He was not. Yes. N-O-T. He was W-A-S. He was not, and then playing football. Excellent, Nadia. So you can see the negative response. So I will ask the question, was he playing football? No. He was not playing football. Just by introducing not to the sentence, we change it from the affirmative to the negative. Nadia, that was brilliant. High five and a big round of applause for Nadia, please, guys. Now let's practice one more question, the affirmative and negative responses, but this time we won't be using was, we'll use the secondary word, were. So first of all, I'll clean the board. So now, where is the question word? Now what subject pronoun can we use with where? Were you. Excellent, Lackow. So were you. And this time, can somebody give me a different verb plus ing? Were you eating? Okay. Were you eating breakfast? Okay. Breakfast. Today. Yesterday. So the question, guys, were you eating breakfast today? And this question will go to Prau. Prau can come forward and give the affirmative response. So Prau will give the question response, she has eaten breakfast. So what's the first word for our affirmative response? Yes. And then, if the question is about you, I was. W-A-S. And then the rest of the question phrase, eating breakfast today. Excellent, Prau. That's the continuous verb. Eating breakfast. R-E-A-K-F-A-S-T. E. Excellent. So now I will ask Prau the question. Prau, were you eating breakfast today?
Yes, I was eating breakfast today.
You see, because Prau has correctly demonstrated, if we ask you in the question, the person who responds will respond with I, and not I were, I was. Prau, that was brilliant. High five, and a big round of applause for Prau, please, guys. Now, who can come forward and supply us with the negative response? I think this time, Dan. Come and join me at the front of class. So Dan has to pretend that she was not eating breakfast. So now for the question, all together, guys. Dan, were you eating breakfast today? And then Dan will not say yes, you will say no. No, I was. And then the important word for the negative response. I was not eating breakfast, B-R-E-A-K-F-A-S-T, today. Full stop. Brilliant, Dan. So one final time, all together, guys. Were you eating breakfast today? And Dan will say, no, was not eating breakfast today. And it's funny to see, Prow's response goes this way, and Dan's response goes this way. But Dan, that was brilliant. High five, and a big round of applause for Dan, please, guys. So that was a recap of the previous lesson when our students learned about questions, affirmative and negative responses in the past continuous tense. Now today, we're staying with the past continuous tense, but we're going to learn about actions. We're going to learn about how we can talk about ongoing actions that were happening when something else happened. So notice, guys, the important word we're using today, when. Because what the word when will do, it will link the first action to the second. So what we've got now is a PowerPoint presentation for our students to observe, listen to, and also practice speaking of how to use the word when to talk about past continuous actions. So let's turn to look at the TV screen, please, guys. So let's take a look at our PowerPoint presentation today. English, past continuous tense, actions. Because what we can do in the past continuous tense, we can talk about an action we were doing when something else happened. So get used to using the word when, because when links the two actions together. We can use the past continuous tense to describe interrupted actions in the past. So interrupted means when we were doing one thing, something else happens. And here is a diagram of when we can use the past continuous tense. Never in the present or the future. The present is now, and the future is yet to happen. So that's not past continuous. Past continuous is always something already happened, like eating breakfast today. Breakfast has already happened. Okay? So past continuous, past events. We use the word when to link the first action with the second one. Okay, so far we've learned the format for how to speak. I was singing. He was playing. It was reading. You were going. We were writing. They were playing. Okay, now that's the first action. But now, if we want to add a second action, we take the word when and we put it after the continuous verb. Okay? So for example, we would say, I was singing when the telephone rang. So you see the first action, I was singing when the telephone rang. Action 1 and action 2 linked with the word when. So let's take a look at some examples, guys. I was working when the phone rang. So you see, the first action, I was working. The second action, the phone rang. But if we say, I was working, the phone rang, that's not quite correct. We need the word when in the middle to link the two actions. Understand? I was working when the phone rang. First action, when, second action. He was walking to work when it started to rain. You see? First action, when, second action. We could just say, he was walking to work, but that's just one action. If we want to have the second action, the rain, we have to have the link word when. She was eating her lunch when her friend arrived. You can see here, she's having her lunch and then her friend comes too. So when her friend arrived. It was sleeping when somebody knocked at the door. What type of animal can you see? A dog. Do you know what type of dog this is called? Pug. A pug dog. Yes, and they're very cute. When they fall asleep, their tongue often comes out of their mouth. Yes, Nadia, like that. So we can say it was sleeping, the first action, when somebody knocked at the door. Second action. And we'll do a few more. We'll do one with each subject pronoun. You were talking when teacher was asking a question. So you see two different actions in the continuous tense. You were talking, teacher was asking a question. So if we want to link them with the word when for one sentence. We were playing football when the boy hurt his leg. Yes, you can see him there. He's in pain. He's hurt his leg. And then the final one, they were riding on the bus when they saw their friends. And you can see there, they're waving to their friends as they're on the bus. So understand, guys, that in the past continuous tense, we can talk about different actions. But what we need to link the two actions together, the word when. Any questions? No. Okay, that was excellent. Very well done. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the PowerPoint presentation so that they can learn how to use the word when in the past continuous tense to link two actions together. So we have the first action that can stand alone. Like, for example, I was walking to school. That's a past continuous sentence that describes an action. If we want a second action to carry on the sentence, such as it started to rain, we have to have the word when to link the two actions so that it becomes I was walking to school when it started to rain. And coming up, I've got a board exercise for my students to understand further in time for the worksheet activity. But before then, guys, time for our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And for this sequence, we can begin with some rotations. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Excellent, guys. And now we'll do 5 stretches to our right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 5 stretches to our left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Now let's have a shake. Arms and legs, shake it out. Shake our arms up in the air. Shake our arms down to the ground. Shake our arms forwards. Can we shake our arms backwards? To the side. And to the other side. Excellent, guys. And what we can do now, we'll take our right hand and find our left foot. our left hand to find our right foot. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. And to finish, guys, we will do 5 star jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. So now I'm going to do a board demonstration of how to use the word when to link past continuous actions. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask my students to help me to complete the sentences. So for this exercise, guys, what's the important word we need to link the 2 sentences? What word do we? When. Okay? When is very important, and when is spelled W-H-E-N. So here we can have the first action, and here we can have the second action, and they are linked into the same sentence by using the word when. So let's say a first action. So if I use the subject pronoun I, in the past continuous tense, do I say I were? I was. Exactly, I was. I was. Now, who can give me a continuous verb? What was I doing? I was not drink, I was drinking. Okay. I was drinking. Okay, so who can think of a second action, guys? I was drinking water, then when for the second action? Excellent. You see, if we're playing football or if we're playing sports, we'll get very thirsty. So the first action, I was drinking water when I was playing football. Excellent. And then what comes at the end of the sentence, guys? A question mark. Full stop, yes. So you see, altogether, I was drinking water when I was playing football. Past continuous actions, and they are linked together by the word when. Okay, now somebody else, give me another subject pronoun. You were eating lunch. Okay, great action. So you were eating lunch. Okay, so that's action 1. Action 1, you were eating lunch. Then we need our link word. When. Now, who can give me a second action? Excellent. When my friend arrived. My friend arrived. Altogether, you were eating lunch when my friend arrived. Talks about an action in the past continuous that was supplemented by a second action using when to link the 2. Let's do one more together before the worksheet activity. We were running. Okay. W-E. We were running. When. W-N. It started raining. Okay, yes, sometimes if we're out running, it can rain. So we were running when it is a pronoun we can use for the weather. Started raining. W-O-R-N-I-N-G. or R-A-I-N-I-N-G. And here we have, guys, past continuous actions linked together using the word when. So one more time, let's say them together. I was drinking water when I was playing football. You were eating lunch when my friend arrived. We were running when it started raining. Brilliant. We've got the first action and the second action linked together with the word when. Guys, that was brilliant. Very well done. Now it's time for our worksheet activity. So teachers, make sure every student in your class gets their own worksheet. And what we want them to do today is to practice linking past continuous actions together. So we've got a series of sentences that already describes the first action and the important word that we're using today, when. What we want our students to do is to read each sentence and then in the vocabulary box choose the most appropriate second action to end the sentence. For example, the first one, I was eating breakfast when, and then the school bus arrived. So the first action, when, and the second action, the school bus arrived. Our students can complete the sentence by writing the vocabulary in the space provided. But what's the first thing to do, guys? Exactly. And give our students around 12 minutes for this activity and just help them with anything they need. So Bangpon, this one's for you. You're welcome. Prel for you. You're welcome. Down for you. You're welcome. Chu for you. You're welcome. Nadia, here's yours. You're welcome. Pat for you. You're welcome. And you're welcome, Pak Bung. So guys, names on top, and then the first action is already gave for you. And the link word when. You have to read the actions and decide which one fits best with each. Like I'll give you the first one for free. I was eating breakfast when the school bus arrived. And you only need each action once, guys. So once you've written it, you can cross it out. So I was eating breakfast when the school bus arrived. Because breakfast is morning meal, and then the school bus will come. What do you think? It started to rain, or started raining. See if you can guess. Some of the activities, there'll be different answers. But try to figure out which action goes with each one to complete the sentences. Excellent, Pak Bung. Then number 3, you were listening to music. Excellent, Preo. Yes. You were listening to music when the telephone rang. So all the vocabulary you need is on the worksheet, guys. My friend was laughing when. Have a read on the top line. She watched the cartoons. Yes, so she was laughing at the cartoons. And you see how the word when in every sentence links the first action with the second one. Mum was cooking dinner. So cooking dinner in the evening, Dad arrived home. Excellent, Pak Bung. In the evening, Dad arrives home from work at dinner time. Well done, guys. Not quite. You could use that one, but how about I called you? And what's some? Excellent, yes. Remember the PowerPoint? He was playing football when he hurt his leg. Sometimes we get injured playing sports like football. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet exercise where they had to complete the past continuous actions using the link word when. My students here have all done an excellent job. What we're going to do is practice speaking for you one more time. I was eating breakfast when the school bus arrived. You were walking to school when it started to rain. You were listening to music when the telephone rang. My friend was laughing when she watched the cartoons. Mum was cooking dinner when Dad arrived home. She was doing her homework when I called you. He was playing football when he hurt his leg. The cat was drinking milk when the dog barked. Teacher was asking a question when the student dropped her pen. And finally, I was watching television when the power cut happened. Guys, that was brilliant. Very well spoken. And that's all we've got time for today. So we hope you've enjoyed the lesson and now understand that with past continuous actions, we can use to in the same sentence by using the link word when in between the first action and the second action. And we'll see you again soon for the next lesson. So can we turn to wave and say goodbye, guys? Goodbye. Bye-bye. See you again soon.